Hello, YouTube. Today is July 3rd, 2020. I just want to say it hasn't been an exciting year, exciting times, but almost prophetic times. And I'd go so far to say that it's put a lot of people on edge. You got close to 50 million people out of work right now, and that's almost a quarter of the U.S. population, all over this COVID 19. Now, as of today, here in Dayton, Ohio, Uh, they're going to be enforcing a $85 fine if you're caught wandering around without a mask. I know about a third of the people I know don't even believe this disease is real, and I respect that. I have no problem with the beliefs, but that fine is going to be real, and there's no doubt about that. Uh, these higher food prices that we're seeing, actually higher prices on a lot of products across the board, that's real. The lockdowns are real. Now they're going to be enforcing this fine on this mask, and I find it interesting because I've got people asking me at this moment how much time we got left before something major starts to happen again. And I don't have a crystal ball, but I do feel the government, to try to avoid shutting things back down, is going to try the mask, enforcing the mask, to try to see if they can get the numbers down. If the numbers don't go down, then I think we will go back into a lockdown. So personally, I think they'll wait maybe 30 days, maybe 2 months to avoid potential shutdown, because the reason why we reopened was this country's on the verge of bankruptcy, and they didn't want to shut it down, keep it shut down. They had to reopen. They was willing to run the risk of the infection, but now the infection is spreading faster than even they anticipated. So now they're going to start trying to enforce mask laws and social distancing and other things that they're going to try to do to avoid another lockdown. But personally, I don't think it's going to have the effect that they're hoping. I do think somewhere down the road we're going to go back into a lockdown, and probably this lockdown this time will be enforced. I mean, as of today, Montgomery County, which is where I live, we're at a level 3, which means very high spread, uh, very high infection, and level 4 is as high as you can go. So right now, Montgomery County, Butler County, and Hamilton, those are the counties that are closest to me. Uh, we're all sitting at a level 3 right now, which I don't have no problem sitting at home, sheltering in place. I'm a homebody anyway, so it doesn't really affect me. But I do want to address an issue that I want to warn people about. And if you did not prepare the first time when this disease came, here's a rare opportunity to get prepared. Everybody's talking about the second wave and the second wave starting now. That's not really true. You're still in the first wave. It's just reemerging with the rate of infection because we came out of the lockdowns too soon. You haven't seen the second wave yet, and I'm expecting that to be much worse than the first. But going back to what I was saying, you're seeing signs inside stores right now, telling you limit one per person, 2 items per person of certain products, because those items are becoming short. I warned people back in February that the shortages were coming. As we went further into this year, you were going to have a harder and harder time to get certain products, and it's occurring. I mean, shortages are occurring from everything from food down to coins that you would have in your pocket to make change with. Even, I don't know for some of you if you know or not, but I'm a vendor at the gun and knife shows. I sell self defense products, but I don't sell firearms or ammo. But right now, I could say I'm still in business because my suppliers still have merchandise for me to be able to acquire. However, I'm even being limited on that. As far as the survival gear I sell, the life straws limit one per an order. You can go to swords or knives I sell, some of those, and even machetes, some of those are one per an order. Gas masks, one per an order. You're being rationed because they're running out. And as a vendor, I used to be able to buy 20 gas masks if I had the money. Now I'm only limited to one. And that's definitely affecting my bottom line because I can't carry the inventories I would normally carry. And I've talked with some of the other vendors, the ammo dealers, the gun dealers, and I can tell you right now, guns are running out, ammo's running out. It's getting low, especially the more popular calibers. They're getting very hard to find. And for those who don't know, if you haven't gone out and acquired any protection, I can tell you right now, the ammo prices have definitely went up and the gun prices have gone up. So don't don't be surprised about and get sticker shock first time you see these new prices. But if you think meat prices have gone up, wait till you see the ammo and gun prices. And this is going to be the new normal. I don't see these prices going back down even when this is over with. I don't see the prices going back down. Stimulus checks, Senate's holding them up. They're talking about the possibility of a $2,000 to $4,000 check because they're going to try to get money out to people for uh, May and June. But the Senate's sitting back waiting, taking a wait and see attitude. They're going to wait till 2 weeks into July to vote because they're going to wait and see how bad the American public needs it. I know people right now that's still trying to pay bills for May and June. They can't even begin to think about July. So I don't know why they think the need's not there. You got 50 million people idle sitting at home because of this disease, and they're taking their sweet time getting any relief to them. Technically, I almost feel as though it's their responsibility to give some sort of relief because it's because of them that the job shut down. They were ordered to shut down. So if you create a situation, you should be able to give some sort of stimulus or some sort of aid or food stamps, something to try to help those that you greatly affected with your decisions. So I do feel that they should come through with something, and if they don't, the civil unrest is going to get out of control. And with a lot of police walking off the jobs and some of them being ordered to stand down and not interfere in what's going on, the month of June alone had over 4 million, I think it's 4,200,000, 4,300,000 FBI background checks of people buying guns. These are people that were anti-gun, but they're out having to acquire protection because they realize that you're basically on your own. This crisis that we're in, it isn't localized like a hurricane or tornado would be, where the government can focus all of its resources on a small area and bring help. This is a nationwide disaster, and those resources are having to be spread out across the nation, which again creates shortages. And with the borders being shut down, no shipments coming into this country hardly of anything, you can bet anything made outside this country is running out. I've seen new products in stores or name brands in stores that they wouldn't normally carry, never carry. But in order to keep the store shelves full, they're having to buy products and from maybe companies that may not be that reputable just to fill up space. I've seen other stores remodel the insides and change the aisles and stuff so that the aisles don't look so empty. And I kind of smiled to myself when I saw that. But I definitely want to warn people, get out, get you some extra water, get extra food. I do believe you have a month, maybe two, before something else is going to happen. But get out and get you some provisions in your house, get you some protection, get you some extra medicine, uh, anything that cleaning products, get those things and get them in a hurry and get them in your house. Because if we go into the next lockdown, I'm sure that's going to be enforced. You're not going to have the freedom to just ignore it and go do what you want to do. So right now, be prepared to go 2 weeks to a month inside your house. Start working toward that goal. And along with that, I just want to say with all the diseases that are spread, I mean, in my area, one of the local high schools now has Legionnaire's disease because of an employee that became infected, and I'm wondering how he even got infected with it. I mean, where's some of this stuff coming from? I mean, right now we got the COVID-19 virus. Now they're telling us that there's a possibility of a new pandemic with this pig influenza virus that not only can infect and kill the pigs, but can cross over to humans by consuming the meat or being close to the infected pigs. And then the people can give it to each other. So they're expecting that to be the next pandemic. Then you got the SARS COVID 2 that I'm hearing is being called airborne AIDS. And there's actual cases of it in Texas now, so it's here in this country. You've got a disease that's similar to Marburg disease that's in New York, killing the children up there. You've got an outbreak of West Nile down in Florida, and in my area we usually have it, but I'm surprised so far this year that we haven't. And I hate to say it, but we're a long ways from the Nile River, so I'm looking at all these diseases coming out, and between the SARS COVID 2, the COVID-19, the influenza, the pig virus, the H1N1 that's killing all the chickens, and then the other one, the H5N1, that's killing a lot of the swine around the world. Luckily, it's not here. All those came out of China. I mean, what are those folks doing over there? Are they creating bioweapons and not being responsible enough to keep it in check? It just doesn't make any sense that this much stuff could be getting out. And as we clearly seen, pandemics kill nations' economies. And that's the thing that concerns me right there. If we can't get out in front of this virus that's in this country, what you're seeing going on right now, the mask and everything, that could go on for the next 10 years. If they can't get people to cooperate and get this thing done and over with shortly, it could drag out for years to come. And be honest with you, I don't want to live like this for that length of time. And with people being out of work, and people's in my area, I already see it. People are on the verge of just ready to fight. They're losing their civility. They just want to fight each other over the least little thing. Look at someone too long, bump into them. They're so pressed economically that anything could be the straw that breaks the camel's back right now. And that's another reason why I feel people should be preparing for greater civil unrest. What you're seeing happening now is nothing. I mean, as we get further into this year, food becomes more short, the prices on the food continues to rise. It's going to make it difficult for people to even be able to eat. So get some extra food in your house, get some extra medicine, get some extra water. Because if China cyber attacks, and China just announced this week that they've got EMP weapons that can totally shut down our power grid. So, and they're looking at it as a first strike capability to shut us down and put us in the dark ages for years to come. The computer model showed here in the United States that if our power grid went down for 6 months to 18 months, that almost 90% of the U.S. population would die during that time period. And I just think that's astronomical, but that's what the computer model showed. So get yourself prepared. Realize that because this is a nationwide disaster, help is not coming. You are on your own. If help comes, then that's just more gravy for you. But start doing things to get yourself in a better position. Grow your garden. Start learning extra skills right now that can help you in case we get into a deeper crisis. I don't know how close you are with some of your neighbors or your relatives, but get a plan together. What you guys are going to do. Are you going to barter and trade with each other? Can you assist one another with skills or whatever? If someone's a plumber, can they help you? Maybe you got electrical skills. Maybe you have first aid skills that you can help them out. You got medicine stocked up that can help. Start looking for ways that you can build your community and be able to have a vast array of assets or people with skills that could come to the aid in the event that you would need help, or you would be able to come to their aid in the event that they need help. I mean, on my YouTube pages, YouTube and my Facebook pages, I share information daily for anyone that would want to save the pictures or save the information. I do that daily to help folks out. And I also read other people's stuff, and I've learned quite a bit from that. So I do feel right now worse is coming. everybody keeps talking about something's got to give. No, nothing's got to give. We still got the elections coming up. That's going to be possibly a bad period, depending upon how those go. The shortages are going to make things worse. People, if they can't get back to work, it's going to be worse. I had already predicted that 2020 was going to be the retail store apocalypse. I did not anticipate it was going to impact the hospitality industry, like the motels, because people aren't staying in them now. I didn't anticipate it would impact the entertainment industries, like the movie theaters, bowling lanes. I mean, we got a place over here called Scene 75 or something that has trampolines and dodgeball and all this stuff. That place is shut down. I mean, I did not foresee the impact. I did not foresee them shutting our gun shows down back in February. I mean, we just reopened and they're packed. I mean, people are in there buying protection left and right, and there's some trying to prepare. And I feel sorry for those that aren't, that think things is going to go back to normal. It ain't happening no time soon. And like I said, right now in my area, we're at a level 3, which means very high spread of the disease and very high contagion here. So it's just best to prepare, have yourself set up where you can shelter in place comfortably and thrive through what's going to be a bad situation for most people. So I hope you heed my warnings on these shortages that are coming, because this is very real. Even weight equipment and bicycles and stuff right now. Uh, I'm talking to vendors in those categories, and they're telling me they're having a hard time getting inventory in. So anything made outside this country, if you want to have it, you better stock it. So I'm going to let it go at that, and I hope everyone has a great day, and bye-bye.